y'all, welcome back to my channel. I bought a full box. You see I've gotten down to the bottom now. I want to say it was about 40 or 50 pounds of tomatoes. I did not grow these. And some of them are starting to go bad. But I bought a big box of tomatoes and I've been canning. I'll show you. I take them to the sink and wash them good, and then I put them in a pot. Hold on a second. Now this is the pot I've got going. I've washed them and I put them in this pot to, I guess it blanches them, but what I'm doing is getting the skin to start peeling off, and then I will put them back in the colander over there in the sink and start taking all the skins off. I'll show you. I use the Blue Book Guide to Preserving. I've had this some years. There's a newer version out now, but this is a great reference to have. And I don't know if I've showed y'all all that I've been working on. There's a lot. And these peas right here, I'm saving some of the peas that I've been working on as well. This episode of my channel today is talking about canned tomatoes. But I have been working on the peas as well. When they get a little older, now these might be okay to shell. But if they're not really tender or nice and green, if they're starting to turn yellow, I save those. I think the older generations used to do the same thing for seeds for next year. So I'm hoping to plant some in my garden. This year I bought 2 bushel from a farmer's market. Let me move this right here. But I can see I've been busy canning. My husband's going to build me some shelves. Right now I've just got them on I call it a fellowship hall table. It opens up like the ones you see in fellowship hall at church. Right here in the living room, and when I get through with some batches of things, I bring them in here. I take a marker and write on the lid the date and what it was. But that's the tomato I've got so far. I'm still working on some because I believe that I think that box I bought was about 40 pounds of tomatoes. That was a lot of tomatoes. Well, I hadn't wrote on that one. I hadn't wrote on either of those. Okay, well I need to do that. But anyway, they look really good. I followed the recipe like I was saying in the Blue Book. I boiled them, blanched them a little, got the skin to start breaking. And then when they cooled off, I cut it off. I cooled it off. Actually supposed to dip it in ice water, but I just use regular tap water to start cooling it off. And I think I used just the stewed tomato recipe. No, I used the tomato packed in on juice is what I did. And it calls for citric acid or lemon juice. I had some fresh lemons and I squeezed it, and I think I did 2 tablespoons. So where does it say? I think I did 2 tablespoons per jar. Where did I see that? That's salt. Anyway, here's the doohickey. I'm full of words tonight, aren't I? Anyway, I've got some jars of this, 3 really, because this was 10 pounds of tomatoes. I couldn't believe it only made 3 quart jars. I packed it in there too, but the watery looking stuff at the bottom is just the juice out of the tomato. I didn't add any water to it. It's just the juice out of the tomato, and they're nice. They're sealed nicely. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today, and I'm trying to finish up these tomatoes because, as you can tell, the bottom of the box, some of them are starting to go bad. I think right now I've only seen about 3, but one is leaking, you know, icky stuff out of it. It's gone bad. But I got more field peas to do. And then they had a sale on chicken at my local IGA, little country store. And I bought a 20-pound box of chicken. So I'm going to be canning chicken as well. I'm just a busy beaver, but I'm not doing any crafts right now. I'm just all about canning. Isn't that pretty? That's so pretty. Carrots. Oh, and let me tell you, this ball book had a delicious recipe, y'all. Brandied cherries. First time I ever made these. I had to pit the cherries and take the stems out, and so it's completely homemade. And then I used brandy. It called for brandy, so I hope nobody saw me going to the ABC store, but if they did, oh well. I used the wild cherry flavored brandy. And also, I amended the recipe just a bit, and it's in this book as well, like I said. I put a little bit of vanilla flavoring. Oh my gosh, that stuff is so delicious. Okay. Anyway, thought I'd share that. Okay, y'all. I'll see you next time. I didn't go through the whole process. I don't have anybody helping me in here, and I definitely cannot mess with canning and vegetables one-handed like I can get away with it with crafting sometimes. But anyway, this is the book. Like I said, this is an older version. There's a newer one out. If anybody's interested in learning to can, or you know how to can and you just want a good reference book, that's an excellent book to have. And I'll give a shout out to Canning Rebels. I've joined that group on Facebook. Canning Rebels. They don't necessarily do things by the book, but you know what? Our ancestors made it all these generations, you know. It doesn't have to be USDA approved necessarily. But, you know, that's personal choice. So I'm definitely not telling you to do that. That's your choice. Anyway, we'll talk to y'all later. Happy canning. If y'all are putting up any food, please leave me a comment below and let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And subscribe if you like my channel. And by all means, come on back, y'all. Bye.